Okay, take two here. Sorry about the technical difficulties in my first video. So here we go. Don Sullivan, if you are listening to the replay, give me a hashtag replay. If you are on live, I'd love to have you say hello and I'll give you a shout out. So I want to talk to you guys about our Project B3 Stress Resiliency 8-week program that's starting tomorrow. This is something that I've gotten into in the last few months, found out a lot about myself, and I really want to pass on the information that I have learned, and just because it's something I'm super passionate about, and I feel like more people need to know that there is a solution. So if you're struggling silently out there, I want you to listen to this few-minute video with me this morning because I believe I have a solution for you. So here we go. Crap, I have some notes here and I don't want to read to you, but I do want to make sure I hit all the points. So if you think that you could benefit or know a friend who can benefit from a stress resiliency program for the next 8 weeks through the holiday season that is going to take us into 2019 feeling better and stronger than we ever have, then please tag a friend or send this video to their private message. Hey, Ashley, thanks for tuning in. It's nice to see your name up there. Way to go, girl. I'm so proud watching you and your live videos you've been doing out there in California. I hope things are going well. But let me get down to it. So I want to talk to you first about the value of this program. This program is being totally orchestrated and run by Dr. Sean Talbot. If you don't know who he is, check him out, Google him. He has more credentials after his name than in his name, than letters in his name. He has, most importantly, he has a PhD in nutritional chemistry. He is an expert in the gut-brain connection. And why is that important to you? Let me tell you, the gut is the motherboard of the body. Let me just tell you that. This is what I've been learning for the last 6 months, and it's really going to change the world. So it's super important that we have direct access to Dr. Talbot in this next eight weeks for this program, starting tomorrow. So tons of education, tons of value. This is not a diet. This is not a quick fix. If you're looking for a diet, this is not the video or the program for you. Let me just make that clear right now. And it's not even really a lifestyle change. I want to even go further and to say, will you change your lifestyle? Maybe, but this is a program that will heal your gut. And if the gut truly is the motherboard of the body, then you want to learn more about this because the gut will help you manage hormone imbalances. It's where the production of many neurotransmitters are made that need to travel to your brain to help us feel joy again, to help us sleep better, to help us, not be irritable and cranky, and to have stress resiliency. So if any of that sounds good to you, drop a 1 in the comments, and I'm going to keep going about this because have any of us in our lifetime ever had a more stressful time as a whole nation than what's going on right now in the nation? And I'm not going to get political, but have we ever seen this amount of stress collectively as a nation in terms of people committing suicide, people just dying for health reasons, and people committing mass murder in public places? Have we ever, as a community, as a nation, as a world, felt the level of stress than we are today? So we take that in and we absorb that in our bodies, and that is why the timing of this 8-week Project B3 pilot program could not be better. We all need to take a look at our stress resiliency and how it's impacting our health. So let me talk to you about a couple of things. If your stress resiliency is weak, you might be experiencing chronic fatigue, weight loss resistance, hormone imbalances, a stubborn metabolism, panic and anxiety, brain fog, insomnia, any of those things. You may be having digestive problems, heartburn, reflux, constipation, diarrhea on the other side. Your body is telling you to turn around and take a look at what you can do to improve your health. So if that makes sense to you, and if you're struggling with any of those things I just mentioned, drop a 2 in the comments below if you want to share that. It's okay if you don't. So we call things like that, we give them names because they're so common. So have you ever heard mommy brain? Have you ever heard, oh, I got a brain cramp? Like, I can't remember like the name of that person or the name of that thing. Oh, I just got a brain cramp. I can't remember. So those are signs and symptoms of overwhelm, of stress, of, some unhealthy systems going on in your body, some imbalances. And so we give them names because we make them normal, because we believe that having mommy brain, brain fog, what did I say? Brain cramps, early Alzheimer's, things like we give them a name because we think it's normal. Let me tell you, it is not normal to be feeling this way when you're 35, 45, 55. It is not normal to forget the name of a pencil. Like, give me that thing over there because I can't remember that it's called a pencil. Those aren't normal things, and we don't have to give in to the aging process like mainstream media or, our culture wants us to believe. So super important. So the epidemic of the 21st century, according to the World Health Organization. Do you know what this is, what they're calling the epidemic of the 21st century? If you know, comment below what you think it is or what you know it is. The World Health Organization has deemed stress the epidemic of the 21st century. So that's huge. The World Health Organization is recognizing that stress has more of an impact on our health than pretty much anything. Okay, so if this is making sense to you, I want to hear your thoughts. I'm going to keep moving on. So we're about to enter the most stressful time of year, the holidays, right? Starting today, Halloween. I wore my orange sweater for Halloween today, but starting today, Halloween is like the beginning of the end of the holiday season, right? Halloween, in my family, we've got 3 birthdays in between now and the new year. There's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas parties, there's Christmas Day, there's Hanukkah, there's whatever holiday you might be celebrating, and then top it off with New Year's Eve. So holidays are also what I want to recognize, full of emotion, right? So we expect holidays to be festive and joyful, but the reality is people are full of guilt, people are completely overwhelmed and often disappointed during the holiday season. And let me point out, this could be the first holiday season that you are having after a loss of a loved one. So this could be the first holiday season after the loss of a spouse, after the loss of a parent, or maybe a child, or maybe a best friend. Like I said, people are dying at extraordinary numbers right now because of what's going on in the universe. I'll get into that later. But my point is, the holiday season, there's a lot of pressure to be festive, to be joyful, to have a glass of wine and have a piece of cake and, just have so much fun and joy, which would be awesome, but that is not the reality. So I want to point that out. And here's the thing. Do you typically get sick over the holiday season? Who gets migraines or who gets sinus infections? Who gets the stomach bug, the flu, a cold, even just sniffles or congestion? So our immune system is down, maybe because we're drinking a little extra, sleeping a little less, eating some more sugar than usual, processed food, maybe because of that. But really, it's because of the stress and the expectations that we're putting on ourselves, that other people are putting on us, the responsibility we feel we have, the guilt, the disappointment, the frustration, all of that. So people are also more prone to be sick over these next 8 weeks. So if I could give you an 8-week program that could support your immune system, wouldn't that just be enough that you would want to take a look at what we're doing? I would say so. All right, so if you struggle to find joy over the holiday season, if you already can predict that the holidays are tough for you, the holidays are a hard time for you. This was tough for me after my mom died in 2010. Like, I didn't even want to celebrate. I actually volunteered to work a 12-hour shift on Christmas Day, the year that my mother died, because I had a 4-year-old. I gave my 4-year-old to my friends and I said, I'm going to work 12 hours. I can't even face this day. So if you can relate to that, drop a 4 in the comment below, because holidays are not always joyful, right? They're not. And we should recognize this and support people. And if you are finding it difficult to get through and you know that your immune system is going to be in the tank, then this is a program that you're probably going to want to take a look at. So let's talk about weight for a minute. So again, I mentioned this before, this is not a diet, and I'm not even going to say that this is a lifestyle because, lifestyle is the new word for diet, don't you think? So we're not going to be counting calories. We're not going to be restricting anything, but really we're going to be educating you on how increased stress and decreased sleep and stress resiliency impact things like your metabolism, your digestion, your hormones. And the result of all those things being off balance is that you can have some sticky pounds, right? Those last 10 pounds or those last 50 pounds, whatever. And who typically gains weight over the holiday season? Because you're out and about, you're not making a healthy home-cooked meal, you're doing a grab and go, you're invited to parties. Of course you're going to snack on the cheese and crackers and the sugar and the candy and whatever. Of course you are. It takes a lot of willpower not to, right? So that kind of snacking and the artificial stuff and the stress packs on the visceral fat. And so we know that visceral fat is really the fat that kind of strangles all those vital organs that are trying to do their job to balance out your body and keep you healthy. So I want to talk about that just for a minute. And our program is not about weight loss. However, a side effect of our program could be that you do lose those sticky visceral fat pounds. And wouldn't that be awesome? So what I want to say about that is this is not a one-size-fits-all, like plug your age and your height and weight into this calculator and this is what you're supposed to eat every day. That is not this. If you're looking for that program, this is not the program for you. This is not the video for you. This is about managing your stress resiliency, balancing the microbiome in your gut, and getting your gut-brain axis to communicate with each other again. So, hey Melissa, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you watching. So that is not for you. So if that is something that excites you, that this is not a one-size-fits-all approach to stress resiliency and health and wellness and mental wellness, then drop me a 5 down in the comments because I want to make sure that you guys are still with me and that I'm providing the value that you're expecting on this video. So Dr. Sean, access to him is free. And I can't emphasize enough what that means. So I compare it a little bit to the community in Weight Watchers because I think they have such an amazing community, and the people that do really well in Weight Watchers tend to be plugged in and get the support and feel the support. They go to weekly meetings. They maybe have a private group on Facebook, and they're getting the support, and they're celebrating every pound every week, right? And so I feel like that is partly what you're going to experience with our project, but also not just will you have the other members. We have over 800 members, by the way. In the last 5 days, we've added 800 people to this group, so you definitely want to be a part of it. But what I want to say is we're not just going to have 800 members going, rah, rah, good job, whatever, reaching your goal this week. You're not just going to have that. You're going to have the expert, Dr. Sean Talbot, bringing you weekly education, and this is what it's going to look like. He's going to do a Zoom call. A Zoom is a video conference for people that aren't familiar with Zoom. It's sort of like a webinar Zoom call. And it's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern every Thursday night. And they will be recorded, and the recordings will be put in our private Facebook group. So don't worry if you can't make it every Thursday night. With the exception of Thanksgiving, that will be a week off. But the topics is very educational and interactive because you'll be able to ask him questions on these Zoom calls. But the topics he's going to cover tomorrow night will be the overview. It'll be the kickoff. What products do you need? What can you expect? What goals do you have? He really wants to engage with us. And the topics for the next 7 weeks after that will be nutrition, the microbiome, which is hundreds of trillions of cells in your gut that need to be balanced in order for things to be working. It's the motherboard, right? The motherboard of the body. The other topics, so we are a holistic company. We are not a shake company. We are not a supplement company. We are a holistic mental wellness company. Mindfulness, exercise and movement, stress and sleep, supplementation. And then at the end, we're going to have a wrap-up evaluation the week before New Year's Eve. So how cool is that? So what benefits can you expect from this program? I'm going to kind of read the list because there's a lot of them and I don't want to miss any. improving your gut health, right? So if you think about gut health, we have terms all the time that like, oh, I have butterflies in my stomach when we're nervous, or like you watch something, oh, that makes me feel nauseous, you know? So we know that we do carry a lot of emotion in our gut, and our gut is really a place where we have a lot of intuition. We say things like, what does your gut tell you? You know, we never say, what does your mind tell you? We say, what does your gut say, right? You listen to your gut, trust your gut, all of those things. So you're going to improve your gut health, which we call the second brain. You're going to reduce stress, improve stress resiliency, improve vigor. Vigor is the opposite of burnout. Vigor is kind of my new favorite word. Vigor is the opposite of burnout. So physical, mental, and emotional well-being is vigor. And so you're going to improve vigor. You'll have mental clarity, reduce that fog, reduce craving. So this is super important. I feel like our program is willpower, right? So if we could just reduce cravings, if I could just not want that bag of chips on the couch, right? If I could just not want that ice cream, if I could just not want, have a craving for that. Well, by balancing the microbiome in your gut, that reduces your cravings. So that will happen also, and you'll have a boost of energy, and as well as, improving your immunity. So if you want anything on that list, drop me a 6 down below. I'd like to hear more about what your goals are, and what it is you're looking to get out of a program like this. Hey, Diana, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. So how can you become a part of this? So this is important. So if we've already chatted on Facebook Messenger or text message or whatever, then get back to that chat, that thread, and let me know that you're in and you're ready to go, and we'll connect today and get you started. If we haven't had a conversation, find me on Facebook Messenger, and we will get a conversation started, and I will individually kind of help you assess what your goals and what your needs will be for this program. So I did tell you that Dr. Sean Talbot's education and expertise is free, but if you want results are not free, right? We know that. Results are not free. You don't just get better immunity, more energy, stress resiliency through education. You have to make a change. If you want to change, you have to make a change, right? Do we all agree on that? Drop a 7 if you can agree that if you want to change, you need to make a change. And change for you could be that you need to make an investment in yourself. So there is an investment in the supplementation, and these supplements are formulated by Dr. Sean Talbot himself. So not only is he going to give us his expertise, his experience, his education, but we're going to be working with the products that he formulated. And so why is supplementation necessary? I definitely still hear in this day and age, the end of 2018, that people are not really believers in supplementation. And I want to take a minute to say why that is important. Thanks, Melissa. Melissa, you are with me. Let me tell you why that's important. Okay, I'm not going to go into, our soil's, been over farmed and there's not the vitamins and minerals and blah, blah, blah. We are not able to get through food the nutrition, the trace minerals, all the vitamins that our bodies require to function optimally. So I'm not going to bother trying to talk you into that. That's just a fact. But what I want to say is people are buying supplements all of the time. People go down to CVS, Walgreens, wherever, and they get their Centrum, they get their vitamin B, vitamin A, whatever. People are buying supplements all the time. So I want to just talk about this like I'm anti-supplement for a minute. But what I want you to tell you about these vitamins that people are buying at the drugstore, I can actually show you x-rays of how those just flow through the digestive system and flow out, never being absorbed. So people are spending hundreds of dollars on vitamins at the drugstore without even realizing that none of that gets absorbed into your body, and you're not going to get the result you're looking for: improved energy, decreased fatigue, decreased brain fog, whatever, more vitality. You're not going to get it because those vitamins are a bunch of crap that are flowing through your body. I will post the x-ray in the comments below that you can see afterwards what I'm talking about. But if you're going to use a supplement, which you should use a supplement, in this day and age, make sure it's one that's going to be absorbed in your body. So everything we use is based on ancient Chinese medicine. It's all herbs and botanicals, better than organic, gluten-free, soy-free, sugar-free, all the things you'd want to look for in a supplement. So vegan, completely vegan, dairy-free. So if you're still watching this video, what you should know is that if you, like I said, if you want something to change, you have to do something to change. And so my advice to you is to make an investment in yourself. How can you get started? What I want you to do is comment me below, or just go back to that message thread and message me back that you're ready to go, and we'll get you signed up. Really, the next 24 hours, we have to get everybody in that group because the first Zoom call is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I want to leave you today with 2 testimonials of women I have added to my team in the last couple months. One is a nurse practitioner who is looking to do more holistic remedies for herself, her family, and her clients, and has been, like myself, a little disenchanted with Western medicine and how many things Western medicine is doing is creating side effects that are less than desirable. I won't even go there. But she's a single mom of teenage boys. She came to me with lots of fatigue, stress, tons of stress, physical headaches, things like that. She sent me a Facebook message a couple weeks ago, and I just was checking in, how you doing? And this is her response to me. I'm going to read it. Her message back to me was, she has increased mental clarity and focus. How important do you think that might be for a nurse practitioner at her job to have mental clarity and focus, right? Taking care of, hundreds of patients. She's calmer. She's improved her sleep. She's sleeping through the night. Decreased aches and pains. And here's the kicker. She has not taken an Advil or a Tylenol since she started these products. And she's also decreased her coffee intake and her cravings. So that's one testimonial for you, for someone I'm actually personally working with. And number 2, a second woman who has had lots of stress, lots of difficulty shaking sticky weight, has sort of self-diagnosed her as having some thyroid issues because she has some difficulty with her memory, difficulty paying attention, and lots of fatigue. And she's a young woman in her early 30s, and she should not feel this way, right? She should not be feeling this way. She should be like at the top of her vigor game, right? So this is her her text message to me a week ago. She has had decreased cravings. She has lost 3.5 pounds in 1 week. She has more energy, less stress, and she's feeling happy, okay? So let's talk about that for a minute. What is the price of feeling joy? What would you invest in yourself to feel joy again? When was the last time you felt joy? And what would you give to feel it again? So I'm going to wrap up with the 2 testimonials. Like I said, if this is something that you're going to pursue, you're going to invest your time in, your money in yourself, then let's get you started in the next 24 hours. Probably today would be even better. Just get your name in the game. We'll get you hooked up with the Facebook group, the individual or the private Facebook group. I will get you hooked up with an individual program to get yourself the results you're looking for. And our first Zoom call is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. If you want in, comment me below or send me a private message. I hope this information was valuable. And if nothing else, I hope that this information gives you hope that there are people and things available out there for you to manage your stress. Super important. Happy Halloween. And I will talk to you all soon. Thanks so much for your time.